Hello everyone! Happy Tuesday. Thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate you being here. I am back in town. It has been forever. It's been I think it's just over a week, but I don't think I've gone that long without doing a live stream for the past, year and a half, so it's kind of goofy. So thanks again for joining me. Glad to have you here tonight. So we just finished up the Travel Art Folio by Patty Young. And we are going to move on to a new project soon, starting August 7th. We are going to be starting the I Love Home Quilt Along, the Block of the Month Club by Jacqueline Steves. So you can head over to jacquelinesteves.com and it'll be there. I don't think I put a link here yet for that, but I will do that tomorrow. And we'll get started on that very soon. Oh, thanks. Looking good, vacationer. Thanks, Rosalie. So, vacation actually isn't quite over yet. I'll let you guys know about that. But my parents are in town for the next few days. So we are going to the Roger Waters concert tomorrow. So actually, I am not going to be here tomorrow night either, guys. Maybe I'll sneak in a little Facebook Live of the show. That might be fun. I'll do a little bit of that maybe at the show tomorrow. That could be neat. But tonight, before we start our new project, again, that starts August 7th. Before that, I thought I'd work on my Splendid Sampler quilt a little bit since I am still working on that. So I have that in front of me here. We'll get started quilting tonight. Oh, Sue, you got started on your mod kit. Kit. Awesome. Oh, you got your fabrics. Great. Yeah, this was a fun project. Oh, I don't have it filled with, I don't have it filled with my watercolor stuff yet. I wanted to put watercolor, like my brushes and paints and that sort of thing in here. And I thought the middle would be really great for like a little watercolor holder. Right now it just has the pattern in there, but it's kind of just cute to just have the pattern in there. So anyway, I don't have a plan for that yet. I want to kind of put in the watercolor stuff, but we'll see how it goes. I think the watercolor stuff is a little bit bigger than a normal like legal pad size. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I will be doing that soon. I just got back in, so got to get that back on the agenda, filling that up. But tonight, working on this quilt. I don't want any more unfinished projects around, so we're going to work on finishing this quilt. My mom probably will not come on. She's hiding behind the wall there, so she's existing. She's just not coming on. So, all right, guys. Oh, Sue, she did actually bring her Splendid Sampler quilt with her. It is the quilt. They have their Airstream parked out in our driveway, and that is her quilt for the Airstream. So it is existing here. Maybe tomorrow we'll get it out and I can show you guys a little bit. But all right, let's get going today. I'm going to quilt for a little. I have not done any quilting yet on my Splendid Sampler quilt. It's been a while since working on this, so we'll see how it goes tonight. I am all set up. I got a new needle in my machine. I got the walking foot on. I am going to straight line stitch in the ditch. Stitching in the ditch just means that you're going to stitch kind of right between all your blocks, like right in the seam. I'm going to do that first, and then I want to do a lot of straight line stitching in the border. But first I'm going to start with just the stitch in the ditch. So that's the plan. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get going. Oh, there's... So there's... So that's my husband and my dad. So there you go, guys. Mom's still hiding. But all right, I'm going to flip you around. Here we go, guys. Okay, so remember this guy? We haven't worked on him in forever. I'm excited though because this is the first real test of my new extension table. They say hi, guys. All right, so here we go. You know what I think I'm going to use? I got these grippets too. These are those little devices where they have the little rubbers on the bottom where you can kind of move the quilt. I mean, it works really great for, in theory, I haven't used it yet, but for meandering. But I thought maybe we'd give them a try. They can just hide underneath the extension table for now. But this is that so adjustable extension table that can work on any table really. So here we are, Splendid Sampler. Got to unfold it and roll it and who knows what else. This is huge. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen this guy in a while. Here we go. I think this is the top here. Wow, this is a lot of quilt, guys. There we go. So here we are. So how many, I know a lot of you guys have worked on the Splendid Sampler quilt, but I'm curious if anyone has finished theirs or what's up. So, all right, plan A. This is what I'm gonna attempt to do. I'm gonna stitch in the ditch. So I'm gonna kind of back tack here and I'm gonna sew all the way down here. You're not done with yours either. Oh, you know what? I did not oil the machine yet. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that after tonight. I forgot about that. Oh, I know. I'm so excited to have this actually finished. That would be nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna start from here, and then I'm gonna go down each of these rows, and then I'm gonna rotate and go down each of these rows. But I'm gonna start at the top every single time. I'm not gonna flip it and start at the bottom. So, all right, let's give it a go. I'm gonna tuck this side underneath my needle here. I have my new thread on. I have the dark colored thread. Here we go. Oh my gosh, you completed one already and gave it to your grandson? Awesome, that's amazing. Finished but sent it out for quilting. Oh, nice. You made 2 through 100. Oh, you made 2 out of the 100. Oh, that's neat. You know what? I'm considering doing more blocks again. It's just so fun. Here you go. Now you guys can see a little bit better, I think. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to back tack here and then just go down the line. So if I was doing this for like a show quilt or something, you wouldn't back tack. You would just start stitching and then you would hand stitch the ends in. But you know, I'm not dealing with that. We're just going to back tack and go. So I have this side kind of scrunched up. I'm not going to roll it up. I think we'll be fine. And then I'm just going to kind of push all of it through. I have never done anything this big on this machine. So we'll see how it goes here, guys. All right, first of all, let's get some of this in my lap here. Okay. Feels good to be back, guys. I'm happy to hear you again. Hear and see all you guys again. Let's see, should I start in the border? No, I'm gonna start in the actual block area. I might leave this border blank and then the big border put a lot of stitching in. I don't know, we'll see. All right, so I am gonna back tack, like I said. Again, if I was doing a show quilt, I wouldn't back tack. I would pull up the threads and stitch them in. All right, let's get those. I'm going to try these little grippets, I think. Let's give these a go. So again, these have the little rubbers on the bottom, so I think I can kind of push it through here. Okay, not too shabby. I think I'm going to have to hold on to the bulk on this side, so I don't know if I'm going to use this grippet, but we'll use this one. Well, so far it's going pretty smooth. I like it. You have been completely lost. Oh, Sherry, you're sweet. That's nice. You were taught to start in the middle and work to one side. Oh, that's interesting, Deborah. Start in the middle. Then what do you do in the middle? Do you just meet up all your seams? I might have to try that. Maybe I'll do that, Deborah, for the I Love Home quilt that we'll be doing, the Jacqueline Steves quilt. Just because I think this is going to be easy. I'm kind of going for easy with this quilt, just so it's done, you know. But I think maybe I'll try that. I mean, I'm totally up for learning. I'm totally up for trying new things. So I like the idea of the starting from the middle thing, just to give it a go, since I've never done that before. Why don't we put that on the docket for the I Love Home one? Middle seam, and then the rows towards the sides. Huh. Oh, like I should have started from the middle here instead of the side. All right, we're gonna try that out for the I Love Home thing. For this, I'm just gonna work from one side and then keep going to the other. And actually, I'm wondering if I should have started from the other side, but who knows? We're experimenting. I have not done a whole lot of quilting in general, so this whole thing is gonna be kind of new to me. I'm excited though. It feels like I'm getting somewhere. Helps with the fullness out to the edge. Okay, Deborah. We'll give that a go for the I Love Home thing. I have not picked fabric for that yet. So if you guys haven't signed up for our next project, it's the Jacqueline Steves I Love Home Block of the Month. It's free, so you can totally go there and sign up. And then when you sign up, you'll get an email that has a link to what you need for the fabric requirements. And I have not picked my fabric yet for that. And we might have to do that sometime on Facebook here, because I'm a little torn at what to do for my fabric choices. But yeah, it's oh, thanks, Julie. But that next project is at jacquelinesteves.com, and Jacqueline is JAQUELYNNE. So it's like the longest way you can write Jacqueline, which is kind of fun. And then Steves, STEVES. I will put the link on here when I'm done tonight. But there, it's free to do the stitch along. She has kits for fabric and stuff, and so those aren't free. But I'm gonna use my own, some of the fabric I have here somewhere. So that's what I have to decide. Oh, thanks, Sandra. I know it's been crazy. I haven't been. I don't think I've been gone this long before. I mean, I know I've been out for a little while. Like last year when we went to New York, I was gone for a while, but I don't think it was this long yet. It's kind of funny. Oh, you're gonna make the I Love Home for your new home. That is just perfect. All right, my machine's working real hard to move these through, but I think it's working. There is so much quilt here, guys. I really don't think I've done a quilt this big before. You know, it's kind of the fear of this right now that made me hand tie my jean quilt instead of machine quilted. What are you trying to use in your right hand? Oh, so Debbie, I just got these. They're called Grippets, and they're by Sewing Mates. So if you go to sewingmates.com, and I do have a link to these in my Facebook post here. They have rubber bottoms and kind of rubber tops so your hands can go on. They grip right on the fabric, and you know they're better for like meandering, like machine stitching or free motion quilting. And they're alternatives to the gloves with the little notches on the pad. they're alternatives to that, and I got them, and I thought I'd give them a try. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm not meandering, I'm just doing straight line stitching, but I'm using it for this hand to kind of move my fabric along versus like grabbing onto it. But with my left hand, I'm not using it. I got so much quilt here, I'm kind of just grabbing the whole quilt and moving it along. But they're awesome. I'm totally loving them so far. I mean, I don't do well with gloves. I have tiny, tiny hands, so gloves are always like this much too long. I kind of hate gloves. So this is a way to not have to use gloves. And the nice thing is if you're doing free motion quilting, you can actually use the arcs and the straight edge for, you know, different designs and stuff. So anyway, I do have the link for that here. I mean, I'm not affiliated with them at all or anything. I just think their products are cool. It's the same place where I got my my extension table. So what I was gone for, I went to Joann Fabric corporate office, and I got to meet with some awesome people there, and I got to pitch some new embroidery projects that they might get in their stores, and it went super duper well. I think, so we'll see how it goes. They're kind of deciding what they want to do for all their stitchery stuff right now. And so we'll see if they order some of the new products, but I will share some of the things I've been working on with you guys soon here. You guys always get to see everything first. But yeah, over the past couple months, I've been busy working on some new embroidery designs, and I'm super excited about them, and we'll for sure be stitching them up here soon. When you do a big quilt, you split your batting. Oh, what do you mean by splitting the batting up? Do you do like one quilt one side first with just one of the battings in, and then do the others, like put the other batting in and then do the other side? I've never heard of that before. Splitting batting. Let me know what you mean by that. That's curious. I'm curious. I still, even though I've been quilting I've been sewing and, you know, doing actual quilts for like over 15 years, I still feel like a newbie with a lot of techniques. There's so many ways to do things. Look at this one. I still really like this block. Oh, interesting. Huh. Because then you'd have all fabric over here yet and less bulk. That's interesting. I might have to try that. So we are going to do another quilt project. All right, I'm at the end here. I'm going to back tack again. We're doing that Krista Quilts project too, that chevron quilt. Maybe I'll try that. I could try that batting technique for then. Oh, you know what? I need scissors. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to snip there. Let's, what's the best way to do that? I think I'm just going to slide it out. Oh, you learned it on Craftsy. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. Thanks for letting me know, Debbie. I'll check that out. All right, guys, we got our first row here. So here's what we did. Just back tacked right, or not back tacked, just stitching in the ditch. So there we go, right in the crease there. Oh, what's this? I thought it was stitching, it's just a fuzzle. But yeah, so the thread I'm using is really dark, so it's pretty invisible. Ooh, look, now we get to start seeing how it looks in cutting through some of our back, kind of the little patches that we put on the back. Oh, neat, I'm excited. Here we go, right there. All right, let's keep trying. So I'm gonna bring this all the way back again. So that's the plan. I'm gonna just stitch in the ditch for all of this interior area, and then I will move on to this outside. And you know, we have other projects coming up, so I am gonna just kind of do this. I'm gonna work on this, you know, in the interim, like when we're not working, or when we're not sewing a different project or something. I sent a link to the chevron quilt in a newsletter a little while back. I will put the link to I will put the link to the chevron quilt in here as well. So those are our next two projects. Our other project, and I'm going to send a newsletter out this week about this, but this is the other project. Here's one of my, this is the Craft a Happy Life from my postcard that I used in the Splendid Sampler all the time. And we will be working on this project coming up as well. This is my Craft a Happy Life embroidery kit. So while we're working on the Jacqueline Steves block of the month, I mean, that's not going to take the whole month, each block. So in the meantime, we will work on that embroidery kit. And I'm going to have a sale for that coming up. So keep your eyes out for my newsletter about that. It should go out, the newsletter should go out on Friday, I believe. It might not go out till Saturday, but that is that's when we're gonna do it. Oh, you ordered the book and love it. Awesome, Sue. Yeah, and Jenna, I will put a link to the chevron quilt when we're. Ooh, did I mess that up? No, I think we're still attached. If I don't hold the thread down, the machine just kind of sucks it up. Oh yes, so Christine, the embroidery kit, you will be able to order it when I have the sale. So it's not actually up yet. Oh, where's my grip it? Here we go. It's not up yet. Oh, I want this side too. Sorry, guys. The Craft a Happy Life kit is not up yet, but it will be for the sale, and it will be after. So the sale is going to start. Oh gosh, I forget. I'll send a newsletter out this Friday about it, and I'll let you know when the sale starts. I think it starts Monday. Is that the 31st? The sale's going to start Monday, and then it will be available on my website. I will put links to that here as well when it's live. And the sale will go on for a few days, and then it'll be on the site on penguinandfish.com at the regular price after that. But that will be up. If you just need the kit earlier than that, it is available at Joann stores right now. So if you're at one of the Joann stores that does have embroidery supplies, not all of them have embroidery supplies, but if you're at one that does, it will be at Joann.com or at Joann as well. I don't know if it's on Joann.com. It might only be in the store. I can't quite remember. Oh, thanks, Christine. I appreciate that. The grippets honestly are working kind of awesome so far. I do feel it feels so much better than going without. It for sure is gripping really, really well, Sue. With just this straight stitching, I have my feed dogs up and all that yet. I'm just kind of guiding it, but it does help me stretch the fabric apart. And, there's a lot of weight here, so it is helping me move it up. I'm digging them. I definitely think it's a step above the gloves. But I don't know, if you're not having any problems with the gloves, maybe the grippy finger gloves, maybe you don't need these, but I don't know. I'm kind of digging them. I like that I can just, I can be free of them in a second if I want, It's not like the gloves where they'd be stuck on me. I can kind of stretch and move as I go a little bit. Yeah, I think they're working great so far. There is definite grip happening. Like, it's not like a placebo effect or anything. Like, I can actually grip and hold the fabric down. And then I have to pick them up and move them, but that's not hard. So I'm going for easy on this quilt. Clearly, I'm not doing any big machine, you know, free motion quilting or anything. I am just stitching in the ditch. But for the chevron quilt, that's where I want to experiment with free motion quilting. Krista, who is the designer of the chevron quilt, she has a whole book on free motion quilting, and I'm going to kind of use that book to learn as I go. So I'm pretty stoked for that project, just because I've been wanting to learn to free motion quilt for a long time now. You did a baby quilt last week, and it was harder than you ordered. Oh, yes, they're awesome. Yeah, I mean, you can see I'm pulling apart the fabric like that. I mean, they're clearly gripping. I kind of think they're a lot like the True Grip stickers that we put on the bottom of the ruler, but you know, these are way more permanent. And what's nice is that they have these little nubbins on the top. You can really go any direction, like they grip this way too, as well as this way, but with these nubbins, you can kind of get your fingers on them and push on them, so you're not just sliding off the acrylic. You actually have these kind of nubbins to help move things along as well. I don't know. I'm digging them. I really like them so far. I'm excited for the I Like Home or I Love Home quilt along or Block of the Month Club. But man, I'm a little freaked out about the fabrics. I need to really figure that out soon. I printed out the fabric requirements. Again, you get that by signing up to the newsletter for the project on JacquelineSteves.com under the Block of the Month BOM section. I'll put a link again, but I got the fabric requirements, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to go splunking in the fabric. I'm not sure if I want to use like my own kind of penguin and fish fabric, or if I want to use, I'm just back tacking again. If I want to use up other fabric I have, I just don't know. All right, let's see. I'm trying to figure out a good system for this because I'm going to get further and further into the quilt. I guess just pushing up underneath like the rest of, I'm going to snip right on the edge here. Just the rest of the border here, I guess, is probably the best way to do it. Like this. And then we'll snip the underneath thread. All right, then we can go all the way out and back in. I think we can do a couple more rows yet tonight. Man, it really does feel good coming back to this project. It's been quite a while. I have not done any of the Splendid Sampler blocks since they started the project up again on the splendidsampler.com. I would really like to do another block or two again. Here's our stitch in the ditch. So now our colors don't blend in as well anymore, maybe because I have that line there, but I think we're okay. But you know what? Something I didn't check was the tension when I switched needles, but I think we're okay. I think we're looking okay. I don't think I'm going to take the pins out until I stitch the other direction. So we'll just leave those there for now. So I'm kind of rolling it up on this edge here. I'm rolling it up underneath so it can go in this arm here. But on this other side, I'm just scrunching it. And now I'm just using the grippets. I just have it spread. Over here, I have it just spread across my table. There's so much quilt. So what I'm doing here is just leaving it flat on the table. And man, the extension table, I'm glad I waited to get the extension table before starting this. It's working great. Because before, I did not have a flat surface here. This fell off the side. And now I have like a flat surface like way out far. I'm liking it. All right, next up. But yeah, I'm excited to learn how to, or maybe not learn, but practice and learn more about free motion quilting. Because, you know, I've kind of, when it comes to machine quilting, I've kind of stuck to my straight lines, you know? And it'll be fun to branch out from there. I think there's just so much design opportunities to free motion quilt that I haven't done before, you know? So I'm hoping, I was thinking with the chevron quilt, each row of chevrons could be a different design or a different, you know, practice session of machine quilting. So I'm thinking hopefully by the end of that quilt, I'll have, you know, I'll be a slightly more competent in free motion quilt land. That's the goal. Maybe I should have waited to do this till after that. Then I could free motion this whole thing. But I don't know. I'm playing it safe. I'm definitely playing it safe on this quilt by just stitching in a ditch here. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I stretched my limits so much with this quilt and learned so many new things. I'm okay with just stitching in the ditch for this one. But I will be working on that meandering soon. Did you glue baste? No, I did not glue baste. I just basted with the pins. So that's it. I've never glue basted before, actually. You know, that could be something I could try once just because. Oop, I'm veering from the ditch a little bit here. I don't know, glue basting always kind of freaked me out a little bit. But that's probably unwarranted. I could give it a try sometime. Like I say, this, like, learning new things is something that I always just really love about crafting, and especially these like evenings that I get to spend with you guys. I love learning new things. So, you know, have never done glue basting before. Working on a quilt, one of these quilts in the evening, that would be a good opportunity to give it a try. So I am kind of pushing the quilt through, but it's just because there's so much weight to this. I'm just kind of helping guide my presser foot a little bit, guide my quilt a little bit. Ooh, I think it's stuck in my lap. Okay, let's even things out a little bit here. Oh, Deborah, that's awesome! I was just talking to my mom about paper piecing and how we just learned a ton about paper piecing on the Splendid Sampler, and we were kind of itching to do another paper piece project. We might have to squeeze in a little paper piece project here in between our other designer projects, because it was just too much fun. It's magical. Like I like, here's the like uber paper piece dress right here. It's just fancy. It just is like magic that, you know, you've stitched these itty bitty pieces together and it turned out to be something. And if you didn't know about paper piecing, you know, you would think that they're a magician, that they can just stitch those tiny little pieces together into a whole like picture. That's what I always liked about it. But yeah, we might have to look into that. I would like to do some more of that. Yeah, and I definitely feel a whole lot better about English paper piecing too. That's when you do all the paper piecing with the papers by hand where you wrap the fabric around the papers. I wasn't wild about that before the Splendid Sampler, but I really did have a good time working on the ones for the Splendid Sampler. I could see doing more of it. All right, we got to our inner border again here. Just gonna back tack. All right. Oh, we got tons of time yet. Let's do at least another one. All right, so I'm gonna lift up the presser foot. I'll snip this close already here. You know what I just thought of? You know, there won't be a ton of quilting on this because I am stitching in the ditch, but maybe that'll make this whole quilt a bit lighter, like less heavy, and I think that'll be good. Because this is kind of supposed to be a summer quilt, and my jean quilt will be the winter quilt, but I have a feeling this is still going to be pretty heavy. Oh, you love paper piecing too? Oh, yay. Okay, we are definitely going to do more paper piecing. It's one of my favorites, just for the sheer magic of it. All right, let's creep into here again. I'm kind of unrolling this. I think there might be a better way of doing this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep this rolled up. Oh, it'll make it fluffier with less stitching. That'd be cool. I don't mind fluffy. Instead, I'm gonna come in from the top here, instead of unrolling my edge every single time. Especially now since it's gonna get bigger and bigger here. All right. Right there. Where'd the side go? Oh, there we go. I gotta start slow because otherwise it'll just suck up all my thread into the machine. All right, there, we're started. Let's get the grippets back here. I'm still really digging these. All right. We're really cruising right along here. I don't think this is going to take forever if all we're doing is these. I mean, I am going to do a lot more straight line stitching in the border, so I think that'll take a little while. Oh, the dress block is your favorite. Oh, you're obsessed with paper piecing now. Awesome, Susan. Oh, you still have 70 blocks to go. No problem whatsoever. There are a lot of people just starting on it and have lots of blocks too. Oh, you paper pieced that huge elephant, Susan. Oh, man, that's awesome. Oh, there's clips to hold the roll in place. Oh, man, Rosalie, I didn't know that. That'll have to be a gadget that I look up. Yes, so Carol, these grippers are from Sewing Mates. I do have a link. There's a link in the Facebook post to it. It's to the extension table and the grippets. I think they're like $32 or something like that. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. Not the cheapest things in the world, I guess, but they're not expensive either, I would say. And if you're doing a lot of sewing, I don't know, they're pretty neat. I'm liking them so far. Oh, Susan, these are the grippets. They're just like these little acrylic things with little rubbers on the bottom and the top. Oh, she does. Eleanor Burns uses them. Oh, for the roll. I'll have to look into that, Rosalie. But they grip onto your fabric like really well. I mean, I really, you know, can just nudge them and they're completely gripped. They're not sliding around like my hand would. And they're kind of an alternative for the gloves that have the little rubbers on that are popular for quilters. These all are alternatives to that, so you don't have to wear gloves. And I'm testing them out. This is the first time I'm really using it. And it's just helping me guide my quilt along, because this is a lot of quilt. And I mean, they're typically, I think, meant for free motion quilting, and that's what I'm going to use them for in the future. But I thought I'd give them a try here, and I'm digging them so far. You know, I can stretch out my fabric so it's nice and flat before I sew. They're just super easy to just pick up and move. Oh, this is bulky. They're really working great, actually. Ooh, I gotta roll up my fabric over here yet. But yeah, we're cruising along with this stitching in the ditch, I think, which makes me happy that I went this direction. The sooner this quilt can be done, the better. I want to use it on our bed right now. Oh yeah, exactly, Susan. The gloves make you so hot. And for me, the gloves in general, I have tiny hands, so gloves are always too long, and I cannot see how that would be helpful for me at all. Ooh, here we're in a thick area. Ooh, we are in a very, oh, this is that paper pieced one that's so thick. I'm really having to force this one through. All right, grippets are helping with that. But on my current bed, the quilt is just a hair too small. And this quilt and the jean quilt are super big compared to it, so I've been kind of itching to get these done. I do have my walking foot on now. Yes, Bonnie. So a walking foot, it grips the feet from the machine, grip on the bottom, but the walking foot grips on the top, so it's grabbing both layers, the top and the bottom, and moving it along. So that's helping me, I think, as well. All right, we're almost the end of this row. So I have a fresh bobbin on here, so I'm hoping that'll last me a little while. All right, and here we are at the end of this row. Again, I'll do a little back tack. And, you know, like I said, if you're doing this for some, you know, quilt show, you might not do back tacks. You might just end and then have your long threads and then stitch them in by hand. At least that's what I've read. I've never done that before. I'm perfectly fine with this just being a little back tack in there. So I'm pulling it away a little. I'm just trying to grab my scissors. Snip that. And go up the rest of this border here. And we'll snip that as well. We'll clean those up a little bit once we're done stitching all these rows. Okay, pulling it out here. I think we'll do one more row for the night. So I got my little roll here. You can see I can kind of show you this way. I got my roll. I'm starting to just kind of roll up as I go. Here's the last row that I did. So I'm going to just roll up a little bit more to the next seam, and we'll scooch it underneath here again. I'm starting from the same side. I'm always starting from the top here. All right, back down. All right, starting slow. Ah, there, I lost it. I could feel that going through my fingers. Here we go. I gotta thread my needle again. My machine, if I don't hold down the thread when I start, it will just suck it in the machine. I did not hold it down well enough that time. So let's try that again. Then we'll sew up this last little row. I put a top stitching needle in. I don't know if that was right for this thread, because this thread is thin thread. I probably don't need a top stitching needle. But it's kind of what I had out, and I figured with the big eye it might be easier. So this is a little larger needle than I normally sew with. But I don't know, so far it's working just fine. Alrighty, here we go. Oh gosh, these are both really cute still. I really like this one. So here's we did that kind of neat green top stitching. That's kind of what we did for the travel art folio. All that pretty top stitching. I don't know if you guys noticed, but here I got, remember I did all those numbers? Like this is number 49, so I can look back up what block was what afterwards. That took a ton of extra time, stitching all those little embroidered numbers on every block, but I couldn't shake the idea, so I'm happy that I did it. Ooh, something's fallen. Quilt's taking over the area. Oh man, I'm super excited to stitch that Craft a Happy Life kit with you guys though. So that'll be coming up soon. I'm pretty stoked for that. That'll be nice and quick and easy and fun. And I'll be sure to go over, you know, all the embroidery basics and stuff with you guys, and if you have questions, I'll for sure do some videos on that too, to answer any questions you might have about embroidery. Look at these. This was one of our cute embroidery blocks. So many pretty blocks on this project. And okay, just a reminder, I am not going to be here tomorrow night again. So I know I was just out forever, but we are going to the Roger Waters concert here in town, and with my parents. My parents are in town here too. And so I will be there tomorrow night, but maybe I'll pop in, do a little live stream from there. That'd be kind of fun. Ooh, here again we are working over a bulky area. I'm gonna try and push it through with my grippets. There we go, good. Walking foot doesn't work perfect every time. Each block is so different in their thickness at the seam here, depending on how much fabric is in the block. Oh, you saw him in Chicago a few years ago? Oh, good. I'm super excited, Susan. I think it's going to be super chill and just really fun. I know, Carol, isn't it fun? I mean, I haven't seen these blocks in a long time, and it's like, man, look at all the work that went into all these. And, you know, I see the blocks, and I'm like, oh, that's where I learned how to, you know, do the flying geese better, and this is where I learned how to do this and that. It's just really kind of, it's like a neat history, this quilt for me. I suppose that's what a lot of quilts are. It's just it's a history of learning and a history of, you know, the person making it. I dig it. All right, we are almost done with this guy. And then I think we'll call it an evening, but we did quite a few. I mean, I think we're just about halfway done with these vertical lines. I'm going to do the horizontal ones as well, and then I'll be moving on to the borders. And the borders I'm going to be stitching closer together, I think. So that'll be the plan. You know, I don't have one of those bars. You can get those bars that come out of your walking foot if you want to set different lengths. Like a guide for different widths. Like you can set it for 1 inch, or if you want them 2 inches apart, you can set that bar to it. And I don't have one of those for my walking foot. I might have to. I'm headed to Joann's tomorrow. I might have to get one of those bars for my walking foot before I start the border, just to make sure I can stay straight and, I don't know, a new gadget to play with. All right, here we are. I'm going to just back tack again. All right, and there we go. You saw my name on the one block. Oh, which one was that? I have my little logo on that shop where it's the cute little shop, that quilt shop block. All right, I'm going to snip this. I forgot to snip the top here. Come back around, snip that. Turn this guy off. Let's see what we got going on here now. All right. I want to kind of flip it around and see what we got on the other side. So we got all the way, look at all this. Look at this mess. We got, yep, right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows tonight. That's not bad. How many more do we have? This one's not done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 more vertical rows. So almost halfway done with our vertical rows tonight. Man, that's a quick way to quilt, just stitching the ditch there. Let's see what it looks like on the back. I was kind of like peeking. So remember, we did all those crazy blocks on the back here. There we go. Starting to see things. You can see where they all stop. You know, here's one of our stopping points before it hits the border on the other side. So these will have a line going through them horizontally. But awesome! All right, guys. I am super stoked to be working on this quilt again. And again, like I said, we'll just kind of, in the interim between projects, I might just sneak in this quilt and some other unfinished projects, because I am so over having unfinished projects around. I'm just wanting to get them all done. Like this color, the blue works great with this fabric. It just blends right in. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we will call it an evening. Hello. Thanks again, guys. I am so happy to be back. We will continue on this again on Thursday. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow night. Again, I'll be going to that concert. So we'll be coming back on Thursday. But I might sneak in a little live stream at the concert, which would be neat. Oh, on the back there was, oh yeah, I probably had something on the back with my label or something. So awesome. Thanks, guys. I missed you all. It's been so long since I've been on again. So I'm happy to be back. I'll be hanging out with my parents a little bit more, and then I'll be back again some more. So, all right. I will catch you guys on Thursday here, and I'll probably be stitching on this guy a little bit more, and maybe sneaking in tomorrow. So thanks again. Great seeing you guys. I will get this up on YouTube, and have a great night. I will catch you later.